Namaskar. I am Kedarnath Shastri. Welcome to our channel Kavita Pustak and Bharat Skahi. Happy Ganesh Festival to all of you. Until now, you have heard beautiful poetry recitation. This time, we have decided to share with you a book review. Today, we are going to discuss about a beautiful book which will give you the bird's eye view on our culture and heritage and much more. The book what we are going to discuss today is India, What It Can Teach Us by Professor Friedrich Max Muller. To those who don't know Professor Max Muller, he is a German-born Indologist, philologist and Orientalist. Philologist is someone who studies languages. Orientalist is someone who studies the Eastern cultures, tradition, religion, etc. So he was a professor at Oxford University. He has written extensively about India. This book is a collection of 7 lectures delivered at the Board of Historical Studies at Cambridge. This lecture was intended initially for the aspirants or the candidates for Indian civil services who are going to appear for Indian civil services and who are going to be placed in India. So they have decided to make them aware of Indian culture, Indian people, and who could give them the most about, who could tell them about the most of India, but Professor Max Muller. So they have invited him to give this lecture. This lecture was delivered in the year 1882 and it came as a book in the year 1883. I would describe this book as a psalm of a Western academician on India. How passionate a non-Indian was about India. In this book, Professor Max Muller has praised India in length and breadth. How much West has to learn from India? He says, no doubt, there are many things which India or Indians should learn from us, that is the Western world. But there are a lot of important things which West has to learn from India. He also addressed many misconceptions which a lay, nay, even a learned Englishman had about India at the time. This book also served as a primer for those who wanted to know India in a historical perspective. This also gives a historical perspective of the Britain. You know, the lecture was delivered in the year 1882, right after the first War of Independence in 1857. So there were so many things going on in Britain and in the Western world and in India. Now India is under the direct rule of the Crown. So there are so many things you will be able to get from this book. Not only about India, and that you will also get about the of Britain and what the people of the Britain used to think, how he addresses them. Sometimes it goes in little detail, and the normal reader may find some of the things, some of the words or some of the statements very academic in nature. But overall, it gives a very nice and good picture or a real picture of India. The one point which I think runs through all his 7 lectures is the emphasis on the Sanskrit literature, Sanskrit language, its richness and beauty, and professors' insistence to learn Sanskrit to know India more, which is one of the takeaway. This work, that is this book, has been selected by scholars as being a culturally important for our civilization, as it is a part of a knowledge base of our civilization as we know it. I would recommend all of you to read this book, this beautiful book, and also let us know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. You can get this book from Amazon or Flipkart. We have provided the link in the description box below. Also, you can read it online in the Gutenberg project. We also provided the link in our description box below. I'd like to end this with a famous quote which is oftly quoted many times. Even this was quoted by our Prime Minister in the Parliament, which is from this book, and it's quite a famous one. So let me read from that book. If I were to look over the whole world to find out the country most richly endowed with all the wealth, power and beauty that nature can bestow, in some parts a very paradise on earth, I would point to India. If I were to ask under what sun the human mind has most fully developed some of its choicest gifts, has most deeply pondered on the greatest problems of life, and has found solutions of some of them which will deserve the attention even of those who have studied Plato and Kant, I should point to India. And if I were to ask myself from what literature we here in Europe, we who have been nurtured almost exclusively on the thoughts of Greeks and one Semitic race, the Jewish, may draw the corrective which is most wanted in order to make our inner life more perfect, more comprehensive, more universal, in fact, more truly human, a life not from the life only, but a transfigured and eternal life. Again, I should point to India. Please don't forget to subscribe our channel, like, and also please don't forget to hit the bell icon. Thank you. Jai Hind.